G'day, welcome to the Big Talk Show. Today we're talking about HODLing and why HODLing is a battle. So, HODLing is probably the hardest at the start. When you're short of money, you're trying to DCA 100, 1,000, whatever you can a week, a month. And cash flow's tight and you don't see the reward straight away. You're expecting to put $1,000 in and have it turn to 10K in a week. That just doesn't happen, and that's why people play with meme stocks, meme coins and shit coins and all the rest. So, what can you do to help change your mindset about HODLing? I think number one would be education about Bitcoin. You start understanding it and learning it more. Reading about it on the news once and then thinking, all right, I'll put a little bit in and it'll moon overnight is not the way. I think a lot of people do that at the start and sell early, way too early. People will put $100 in, next week it'll drop $10 and they'll sell it. And they'll never buy it again. Why do I know that? Because I did it many years ago. Why? Well, I wasn't educated on Bitcoin, and at the same time, I don't think there was as much education out there. It was deemed higher risk, especially by the media and all the rest, and that, might have helped sway me to not keep stacking. I just didn't put the work in it, and that's a key thing, proof of work. The whole Bitcoin network is run on proof of work. If you don't even know what proof of work is yet, again, it's time to start educating yourself. It takes a lot of energy to mine Bitcoin. It takes work to mine Bitcoin, and it takes work to keep Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin and understand and learn Bitcoin. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but once you start to slip down the rabbit hole and start learning more, you will be able to HODL easier. Now, something that really helped me was the What Bitcoin Did podcast. Peter McCormack, Danny Knowles, those guys are legends in my book in regards to them pumping out 600-700 episodes. I think they're at 900 and something now, but Pete's left that. But those sort of up to 600-700, 800 episodes were really core in helping me completely fall down the rabbit hole. Interviewing people across the board, from Bitcoin core developers to institutional people to blockchain people to security people to Ledger CEO, CTO, the Ledger hardware wallet guys, and just trying to take one piece of information per podcast. There might have been 2 or 3 pieces, and I sort of try to do that the same with books. I think I've read maybe 9 books now. I'm on my 10th, the 10th being Bitcoin to 1 Million by Fred Krueger, and his fascination with the power law. I know people might say, no, the power law's a load of crap. I haven't really. I'm still on the fence on that one. I think it has great potential and great reasoning behind it. I think I love stock to flow because I think this cycle, it shows we were at sort of 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 US dollar range, but I don't know how we're going to get there. Power law seems more conservative, more, how do I say, reasonable. Yeah, I think education is number one, and conviction. I think conviction comes from education. Once you realize what money system we live in and how it works, what the system is, how it works, the Keynesian fiat monetary system, you realize that I'm being cheated at every day. I'm
I'm on the way to work now, and I know I'm going to have more taxes taken off me than I probably should have. I know that I'm going to work for it, and they're going to print a lot of it. I just feel like I'm being cheated, and I feel like that even more so because the education system didn't teach me anything different. My parents couldn't tell me anything different because they weren't told anything different, and it's just a vicious cycle. People studying economics now are in the same boat. They are not learning Austrian economics. They're learning the Keynesian system. They're learning debt, and if you think I'll go off on a tangent here in a way. If you think the US debt is a bad thing, think of it as a necessary thing. They export the dollar. They want the US dollar around the world, so they have to run a deficit. Now, Saifedean Moose in the Bitcoin Standard will say, well, as soon as they don't need to deflate the dollar anymore, Bitcoin's going to lose its edge, basically. It won't be going up like a skyrocket forever, because if they get back to sensible banking, then we don't need Bitcoin in a way. If we go back to the gold standard, even the gold standard wouldn't really work, because that has almost a 2% inflation rate, half-life of 35 years. So you lose your value every 35 years. And that's the thing. People are wrapped up in trying to make more dollars. And they don't understand the reason why they're trying to make more dollars. Because their dollar is losing value like crazy. And the crazy part is they know it subconsciously, but they don't put it out in front of them. They're always like, I get an investment property because it's going to go up in value. I need it to go up in value. Well, why do you need it to go up in value? Why? Because the dollar's losing so much value. It's got nothing to do with real world value going up. It has everything to do with debasement. People are just trying to make the best debasement trade in their investments. Whether it's the S&P 500, real estate, they're all just trying to beat debasement. Bitcoin beats debasement very well. Compound annual growth rate 20 to 30% for the next 20 years, estimated by Michael Saylor. It's done 50 to 70% per year the last decade. It's destroyed debasement, put it that way. But if you're starting off right now today, well, you didn't have that advantage of buying back in 2010, 2017, 2015. You're starting from zero. Now, I didn't start that long ago. Only a couple of years. Well, 2-3 years. But what I can tell you over the last few years is HODLing is hard. But there are ways to get yourself there. Education. I'll talk about 401k superannuation in Australia we have. I'll talk about that in the next episode, because that is a thing where you're not legally allowed to touch it until you retire. So it's a great way to HODL. I HODL my Bitcoin. My superannuation is Bitcoin, and it's an easy HODL because I'm not allowed to touch it for the next 30 whatever years. So I'll go through that in the next episode. But if you can take away this one point, as I was saying, take away one point: education. The Bitcoin Standard, start with that. Hard money you can't F with. 21 ways to Bitcoin. The book. Sorry, I'm just parking. Sorry, I had to stop for a coffee. It's an absolute necessity on shift work. So take away from this video what you will, but if it's the one key point of this, it's education. It will make your HODLing journey easier, because you'll actually understand what you're buying. You'll understand that you're not buying Bitcoin, you're selling fiat. And why are you selling fiat? Because all fiat in history has gone to zero.
Bitcoin has a fixed cap, 21 million by 2140. It's written in the code. It's not going to change. We've never missed a beat since inception. It's permissionless. It's censorship resistance. It's, yeah, you know, I'll go down that path on another video, I think. But for now, pick yourself a book. The new Fred Krueger book seems pretty good so far. Compares gold, real estate, why we're going to get to 1 million, why we're going to get to the next, I think, 10 million. I'm only halfway through. But yeah, pick it up, have a read, listen to the audiobook, whatever you have to do. Start listening to what Bitcoin did. Danny Knowles is still running it after Peter McCormack left to do his own thing. Still heaps of knowledge. I'll link them down in the description below. I've got no affiliate links or anything like that. I'm purely just a humble Bitcoiner trying to stay humble and stack sats. So yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good one.